Bam! Down goes Justin Madubuike. Picks up blocks from Dan Moore and into the end zone. Opening touchdown of the game.
Today's video is going to be a film breakdown reaction of the Pittsburgh Steelers run game and why it has been so dominant towards the later half of the season. And they destroyed the Ravens with it as well. This film breakdown was done by Brian Ballwinger, former NFL player, now Analysis. His handle is Bally NFL if you want to go follow him. Also, make sure you subscribe to this channel as well so you never miss out on these type of videos and content. Turn on notifications for this channel. And let's get right into the first play, being blocking.
There's nothing better than a great trap block. Isaac Seumalo. Number 73, left guard, Steelers. 2nd and 6 at the 6. 0-0 game until we hit Madubuike here. Seumalo on Madubuike. Off his feet. Najee into the end zone. Steelers up 7-0. Nothing like a great trap block. In the rain, in the sleet, in the cold. Just knocking people off their feet. It was another good day for the Steelers offensive line. The running game, and especially Najee Harris. Power football. Here comes Daniels pulling around. There's that big Darnell Washington. And they're just going to get this hole. What Najee said was, you want to mutter on a miserable day like this? I'm your mutter. And that's what he's been. Like, he's been strong coming down the stretch. You watch this inside trap block by Isaac Seumalo. He's been everything they hoped he could when they signed him as a free agent from the Eagles. Bam! Down goes Justin Madubuike. Picks up blocks from Dan Moore and into the end zone. Opening touchdown of the game. Like, you watch this edge right here. Look at this Darnell Washington. All right, Freiermuth, Robinson, the whole group. Look at this hole. Fantastic stuff. Patrick Queen's got to use his speed just to get him out of bounds. And then you just look over here. Daniels and Jones. And here comes Connor Heyward. Like, he's just setting him up for this blast right there. And there goes Broderick Jones to the third level. And right on that proud shield of the Ravens, Najee goes for a 15, his best run of the day. It was one good one after another. Rinse and repeat. Here comes the other way. Here comes Connor right now. Bam. And there he goes for 11. Same play. Just rinse, repeat, Riverside. How about the old wind back play? The wind back. Look at the feet on Najee here. Selling this thing to the left and then cutting back. There's Broderick Jones. Here comes Connor Heyward. They found a play. Look at this. This is beautiful football. That was a good day. And the Steelers run game, it packs a punch.
So, one thing that you have to do, especially in bad weather and in the playoffs, is be able to run the football. And as of right now, late towards the end of the season, that's what the Steelers are doing. They are running the football. And even though all the news in the early half of the season, everyone was talking about Najee Harris, Jalen Warren. Should Jalen Warren start? Because Najee Harris just isn't doing it. Well, Najee Harris, we've seen it last season. He picks up towards the end of the season, and that's when he starts going off. And once again this season, that's what he is doing. His game has been taken to another level because he knows what he's doing as of right now, and he trusts his blocking. He's running downhill. Sometimes, yes, he does break it to the outside and then loses yardage, but when he stays downhill and in between the tackles, he's getting huge yardage and being the workhorse running back for the Pittsburgh Steelers and this offense. And that's what they're going to need in their first playoff matchup against Buffalo. They're going to need to run the football. And like I said at the beginning of the video, that's what they need to do, especially in bad weather. Bad weather football games, it's harder to throw the football. And when it is in bad weather and you know that you can't throw the football, you have to rely on your run game. And it's so good as of right now that the Steelers can rely on it. They could run the ball 30 plus times and feel confident that they're going to do something on offense. At the early part of the season, when the Steelers ran the football, we just didn't even want them to run the football because all they were getting was 1 yard, maybe negative yard, and it would just put the Steelers in a bad position. But as of right now, we actually want the Steelers to run the football because we feel as though we could get at least 4 yards every single carry. And if not 4 yards, break a huge one. And that's what the Steelers have been doing, breaking it. And even though all these clips is Najee Harris and his running attack, Jaylen Warren has been doing the same thing. Jaylen Warren has been the explosive running back. Even though Najee Harris, he's known for being the bruiser back, getting short yardage, but doing it in a bruiser type of way, and Jaylen Warren has been explosive. As of recently, Najee Harris has been the one who's been explosive as well, alongside Jaylen Warren, and they have complemented each other very nicely, being a 1A, 1B type of running back, and one of the best duos in the NFL. But as you see in this video, they can't do it all themselves. Their offensive line, their tight ends, just the blocking in general has been fantastic. And you see all these trap blocks, you see all these pancake blocks, you've seen the pulling tackles, the pulling guards, the pulling wide receivers, Darnell Washington, Pat Freiermuth, Connor Heyward, they're all stepping up and blocking. And that's what it takes, coming together as a team and blocking. If one person misses their assignment, then the play gets blown up. But as of recently, each player has taken it to themselves to make the block and not be scared to put physical force on physical force and make the play for your teammates. And that's what has opened all these holes for Najee Harris, Jaylen Warren, or whoever is running the football, or whoever is trying to make a play. It's because the teammates are coming together and blocking for one another and making plays out there. And that's why the Pittsburgh Steelers run game has been fantastic as of late. Najee Harris is obviously getting it done, running through people, stiff arming people, trucking people, that extra yardage. How many times has he seemed like he was going to go down, but then just reaches for the end zone or reaches for the extra yards and picks up the extra first down when he should have been short? That's what it takes late towards the end of the season, the extra effort. Even though you're all worn and torn down because of the long season and all the bruises, all the hurting that's going on, it takes all the little things to win the game late towards the end of the season against good football teams. And that's what the Steelers have been doing as of late, and that's why their offense has stepped up. The offense, yes, their passing offense has been better, and Mason Ruff is making the right throws at the right times on target, but still, he's relying on his run game, and that's what the Steelers will want to do. They've been running the ball at a basically 50-50 split, and that's what it takes. If both are working, the Pittsburgh Steelers can be a scary sight in the playoffs if their defense holds up. And it's crazy that I'm saying that I feel confident in their offense and that defense has to hold up. Usually it's a defense you feel confident in and that the offense has to step up. But now it might be switched. But more on that later. This next play is going to be from the Seattle Seahawks game, but once again, it's a blocking of Darnell Washington that gets the job done.
Rookie class is amongst the best in the league. And one guy that we don't talk enough about is Darnell Washington. He played 46 snaps last week. They don't throw the ball much to him. He only has 7 catches, but he is good in the blocking game. And one of the reasons why this running game is taken off. Here he is just tying up Boye Mafe right here, and Jaylen Warren spins, and he does what Jaylen Warren does, okay? But you watch him right here, and I like the attitude that he blocks with. Like, he's blocking the safety right here, and I like this part. Like, just throw him. Like, just take out the Sunday trash and just throw him to the deck like that. Like, he's just he's learning how to use his power, his size. Like, it's a big, valuable part of this emergence of the Steelers' rushing attack.
So, Darnell Washington, he may not get targets, but he does his job to a T. He doesn't care that he doesn't get the targets that he probably wants, but he was drafted for this reason, to be a big body tight end, someone who stands at 6'7", basically 300 pounds, that could block at the tight end position, and he's doing it to a masterful level. He's going out there using his big frame, not being scared to hold his own against defensive ends. He should really be like an offense tackle or offense lineman because he's bigger than most of them, especially with his frame. He holds his own against defensive ends. He puts safeties, he puts linebackers on their backside and is able to create holes for his running back. And that's the reason why he's out there on the field. Not specifically for his catching abilities. He may only get one catch every couple of weeks. They should probably use him more in that area, especially in the red zone, but they don't. But he's out there for blocking, and he doesn't care about the targets, and he does his job. Even Pat Frymouth and the other tight ends, they don't get that many targets. Connor Heyward doesn't get that many targets, may only get one or two here and there. Pat Frymouth the same. Pat Frymouth is probably one of the best pass catching tight ends in the league. He doesn't get targeted, but he does his job in the running game. These players, they're doing it as a team. These players are not getting the targets. Even George Pickens in the Ravens game, he didn't get targets, but he did his job. You've seen him blocking for Calvin Austin. You've seen him blocking on the edge. Late towards the end of the season, we always hear George Pickens say he just wants to win. That's why he gets frustrated on the sideline, because he wants to win. And we've seen that. He did not get frustrated in the Ravens game that he did not get a target. He actually looked happy. You know why he looked happy? Because the Steelers were winning. If they were losing, he may have been frustrated, but they were winning, so he didn't throw a fit. And that's what these players want to do. They want to win, and they've put themselves in a position to do so with helping each other out. And Darnell Washington, he was one really good pick and a steal in the third round. And maybe late towards maybe next season or down the line in his career, he may get more targets at the tight end position, actual catches. But as of right now, he's being used as a blocker, and he's doing his job to a T. So Darnell Washington is a huge reason why the Steelers' run game has been really good towards the late part of the year with Najee Harris and Jalen Warren. And hopefully it sticks up and they're able to beat the Buffalo Bills with it as well. Many people were scared to pick Darnell Washington in the draft because of how big he is, and they thought he was going to deal with injuries like his knee issue, but he has proven them all wrong. Not being injured, being able to play basically every single game, be healthy, and be an impact player for this team. So the Steelers took a chance on him, and it's paid dividends for them. But with that being said, that's the end of this video, and this is the real reason why the Pittsburgh Steelers run game has been dominant. And you see it versus the Ravens because of the trap blocking by the offensive linemen and the power running by the running backs. And you see it in the Seattle game with Darnell Washington proving his worth for the team. But with that being said, let me know down in the comments below your thoughts on this run game and what's actually motivating it and helping it. Do you believe it's the offensive line, the running back, the blocking, or just a combination of everything? Let me know down in the comments below. And also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel down below as well if you like serious content and analysis reports. Like the video, turn on post notifications down below for the channel as well so you can get notified whenever I post next Steelers video. I post every single day. Film breakdowns, reactions, news, breaking news, rumors, reports, everything. I make videos every single day covering the Steelers. So make sure you turn on notifications for this channel, like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you guys all later. Till next time, I'm out. Peace.